A happy 66th to the one and only Chris Boomer Berman. What made Boomer a legend and what subsequently I think put ESPN on the map were these Bermanisms. If you're not old enough to remember, let me explain. He would just take guys' names and he would have a little fun with them. Not the way we were just doing, but he would have a little good, clean, wholesome fun with people's actual names. So there was a pitcher named Bert Blyleven, and he would call him Bert B. Home Blyleven. And there was Scott Brocious, and he called him Scott Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and all of those, and it was fun. So we asked you, using the hashtag Greeny, to just give us some current-day Boomerisms. And the staff has just put a bunch of them up here. Tell me what you think. So here's an easy one. Trey, only the good die young. All right, that's a good one. Walker, Bueller, Bueller, Bueller. We like that?
Yeah.
Corey, the old man and the Seeger. Patrick Mahomes is where the heart is. John, to the window, to the wall. Bradley, don't stop Beal even. Cody, saved by the Bellinger.
That's good.
George, Kittle, and Bits. Now, this next one I think may be my favorite. DJ Yo D. LeMahieu. I'm trying to say it the right way. DJ Yo D. LeMahieu. Because I'm trying to make it sound like Yodelahiu. And I can't quite get it to come out. But you know what I'm going for. DJ Yo D. LeMahieu. Never mind. I knew I'd blow that one. Aaron, things that go boon. Brandon, finding Nemo. They call me LaMelo Yellow Ball. Julius, you can't Randall the truth. Lewis, my name is Alexander Hamilton. Mom, I caught a huge trout. Blake, man, don't use Snell. The Atlanta Bravehearts, Freddie, they may take away our lives, but they will never take away our Freeman. And finally, Josh, ignore the hater. Now, of those, which do we like the best? And I feel terrible. Can anyone, Bubba, how should I have said the DJ LeMahieu one? I liked it so much, and I practiced it during the break. I can't get it out.
That might be the best one, but I don't know how to say it.
It's ingenious. It's supposed to sound like Yodi. So it's DJ Yodi LeMahieu.
Yodelay-me-Hugh.
Yodelay-me-Hugh.
Yodi LeMahieu, Lodi LeMahieu.
I can't get it.
That might be the best one. But
It's the cleverest one, but I can't get it to work.
But that's got to be a tough one. Every time if you're actually doing a highlight, you got to say that one.
You can't do it.
Oof.
That's why Boomer never did it. I think of all of these, I mean, just the interest of simplicity, and it just kind of jumped off the page of me. I like Julius, you can't Randall the truth.
That was a good one.
I like that. What is your favorite Hembo?
I like the more elaborate ones. Freddie, they may take away our lives, but they will not take away our Freeman. I like the ones that are much longer.
Yeah.
Like that.
They require a lot of thought and a lot of time. I mean, only the good die young is very good. Anyway, these are a lot of fun. And we appreciate you sending them to us. They are What's on Your Mind, which is brought to you by My Computer Career Training for a Better Life. I thought I would finish today by telling you my favorite story about Chris Berman. So I told you that the man is a mensch. He was the first person when it was announced that I was doing the draft. He was literally the first text I got of congratulations and beyond that, but in offering advice. And of course he's the guy who made it legendary. And Trey Wingo took it and took it his own direction, was equally brilliant. You couldn't do a better job on it than he did. But Chris Berman, I think, will always be the person that we associate that with, certainly being my age. So it meant a lot to me that he reached out to me, but it did not surprise me. And I will tell you why it did not surprise me. Chris Berman was the first person who made me feel like I really belonged at ESPN. And I will tell you why. I came here, well, I wasn't here because we're in New York City now, but I came to Bristol, Connecticut at the very end of August of 1996. So I'm coming up rapidly on my 25th anniversary. And at that time, I was dating a woman named Stacy, but we were not engaged yet, much less married. And so she did move with me. And it was important to me that move, that this professional opportunity did not cost me this relationship that I was smart enough to have figured out already was going to last me the rest of my life. So as a consequence, I commuted back and forth to Chicago literally every week. And we lived apart for the first year and a half that I was at ESPN, including the first 6 months of our marriage. But that's neither here nor there. But for almost every single week, I would come back to Chicago to see her. My days off in those days were Wednesday and Thursday. So I would fly back on a Wednesday morning, and I'd spend Wednesday and Thursday with her. I'd get up early Friday, and I'd fly back. And in those days, I wasn't making very much money. And it was much cheaper to fly out of Providence Airport than it was out of Hartford Airport. So I would drive to Providence, which was a little longer drive, and I would fly from there and drive back and drive whatever. So it was a lot of schlepping. And it was just a difficult and complicated time in my life. I started out at ESPN News, which was a pretty low-profile endeavor, certainly by ESPN standards. And I had left behind a pretty good situation and this relationship in Chicago. And so I will acknowledge now, I often wondered whether I had made the right or the wrong decision, whether I had merely made the wrong turn in my life, whether I should just give up ESPN, try and go back to Chicago and work there. So one particular day, this is probably 4 or 5 months into my tenure at ESPN. I hadn't just started. I'd been here a while. My flight coming back from Providence was delayed. So I didn't have time to go to my apartment when I landed. I had to come right into ESPN to work. So I come into ESPN. At that time, we didn't have showers. We didn't have the gym that we have now. So I literally am in the bathroom, the men's room at ESPN, getting ready to do a very late night shift on ESPN News. And I just, in the sink, I'm trying to just run water through my hair and shave because I want to make myself look as presentable as I can to go on TV because I had no opportunity to do that. I had just gotten up, gone to the airport, and then, been traveling for like 12 hours is how long it wound up taking. So now I'm in the men's room at ESPN, the old building in Bristol, and I'm not wearing a shirt. I'm standing there with no shirt on because I'm trying to make myself presentable, and in walks Chris Berman. And I'm thinking, well, this is a hell of a way for me to meet the most legendary person at ESPN. I had never met him. And he comes walking in. And I'm thinking, I'm standing there. I'm not wearing a shirt. I'm trying to shave. I mean, I could not have felt more awful about myself than I felt in that moment. And he looks at me and he says, "How you doing, Greeny?" To which I almost fell down. I couldn't believe he knew who I was. So I said to him, "Well, to be honest with you, Chris," I didn't feel comfortable calling him Boomer, and I didn't think Mr. Berman would be the right move. So I went with Chris. I said, "Well, to be honest, Chris, I've just had a really long day. I've been traveling all day long to get back here from Chicago, so that's why I'm sort of getting washed up in here." And he just looked at me, and he nodded, and he said, "Well, welcome home." And in that moment, as much as it might sound like an exaggeration, my mindset changed. And I realized that for the first, whatever it was, 4, 5, 6 months that I'd been working, I felt as though I had left home to start this job, but home was still somewhere far away. And there was something about Chris Berman saying that to me that it clicked in my head. No, this is home now. This is where I'm going to make this thing work. And more than anything, that made me feel like I belonged at ESPN, which I will be completely honest, and this is not the first time I've told this story, but I was significantly questioning at the time. So, you would have to be someone of Chris Berman's stature, I think, to make you feel that way. And you would have to be someone who is the kind of person he is to actually say it. So I have expressed that to him on numerous occasions. So if he does hear about this, which I guarantee you he's not listening right now, he's probably riding a wave in Maui or something like that. He's got better things to do than listen to me drone on incessantly about baseball pitchers from the 1880s. But he knows how I feel about him. So a very happy birthday, Boomer. Thank you for everything you have done for me back then and now and every day in between. He is 66 years old today.